The phone's glow sliced through the dark, a cold blade against my half-sleep. 2:03 a.m. The message from Claire sat there stark and wrong. I lost track of time. Be home soon. My thumb hovered over the screen, heart thudding like a fist against my ribs. The house was too quiet, the kind of quiet that hums with dread. The air thick with the scent of last night's burned dinner still clinging to the curtains. I typed back, fingers trembling. Where are you? No reply. Just the faint buzz of the phone vibrating once, then nothing. I lay back, staring at the ceiling's cracked plaster, the shadows twisting into shapes that whispered betrayal. Claire had been distant for weeks. Small things at first, a forgotten kiss goodbye, her phone face down on the counter, the way her laugh felt rehearsed when I asked about her day. I chalked it up to stress. Her new job at the gallery demanded late nights, schmoozing with artists and collectors, people whose worlds I barely understood. But tonight, the excuse felt flimsy, like a threadbare shirt unraveling under scrutiny. I swung my legs out of bed, the hardwood icy against my bare feet, and padded to the kitchen. Her coat wasn't on the hook. Her keys gone. The fridge's hum was the only sound, a low mocking drone. I scrolled through her message again, dissecting it. Lost track of time. It sounded innocent enough, but the words carried a weight. A lie I could almost taste, bitter and metallic. I opened her contact photo, a candid from last summer, her hair catching sunlight by the lake, her smile wide and unguarded. That Claire felt like a stranger now. My mind churned, piecing together fragments. Her late nights, the perfume I didn't recognize on her scarf, the way she'd started locking her phone. I wanted to be wrong. God, I wanted to be wrong. The clock ticked to 2:17. I called her. Straight to voicemail. Her voice bright and professional. This is Claire, leave a message. Felt like a slap. I didn't leave one. Instead, I opened our shared calendar. Nothing scheduled tonight. No gallery event, no client dinner. Just a blank space staring back at me, accusing. My chest tightened, a vice of doubt and anger squeezing my lungs. I poured a glass of water. The faucets dripped loud in the silence, and tried to rationalize. Maybe she was with a friend. Maybe her car broke down. Maybe. But the word felt hollow, a flimsy shield against the truth clawing at me. At 2:34, headlights swept across the living room. My pulse spiked. I stood by the window, curtains parted just enough to see her car pull into the driveway. The engine cut off, but she didn't get out right away. Through the glass I saw her silhouette, head bowed, hands gripping the wheel. Was she crying? Composing herself? My stomach churned with a mix of relief and dread. The car door opened, and her heels clicked on the pavement, slow and deliberate, like someone walking to their own execution. Tom! Her voice was soft as she stepped inside, coat draped over her arm. The dim light caught her face. Flushed cheeks, smudged mascara, her lips slightly swollen. My throat closed. She looked beautiful, but it was a beauty that didn't belong to me anymore. Where were you? My voice came out sharper than I meant, jagged with the fear I'd been swallowing for hours. She flinched just slightly and set her keys down with a clink. At the gallery. A last-minute thing with a client. I told you I lost track of time. Her eyes didn't meet mine, darting instead to the floor, the wall, anywhere but me. You didn't tell me about any client. I stepped closer, the air between us heavy with unspoken accusations. I called you, Claire. It went to voicemail. Her shoulders stiffened. My phone died. I didn't have my charger. The lie was so smooth it almost sounded true, but I caught the tremor in her voice, the way her fingers twisted the hem of her coat. Show me your phone. The words slipped out before I could stop them, low and dangerous. Her eyes snapped to mine, wide with something like panic. What? Tom, that's ridiculous. You're acting paranoid. Am I? My voice rose, cracking under the weight of my hurt. You're gone until 2 in the morning, no call. No text until I'm half out of my mind and I'm paranoid? The room felt smaller, the walls pressing in as my heart pounded. Show me. She hesitated, her breath hitching, and in that pause I knew. The truth was a blade, sharp and cold, slicing through the last threads of trust. She reached into her purse, movements slow like she was buying time. Fine, she whispered, unlocking the phone and handing it to me. Her hand shook. I opened her messages. There it was, a name I didn't know, Evan. A string of texts from tonight, timestamps glowing like accusations. Meet me at 10. You look stunning tonight. Can't stop thinking about you. My vision blurred, the words swimming. I scrolled up, each message a fresh cut. Plans to meet, flirty banter. A photo of her in a dress I'd never seen. My knees buckled, but I stayed upright, gripping the counter. Who's Evan? My voice was barely a whisper, raw with betrayal. Claire's face crumpled, tears spilling over. Tom, I didn't mean it, just happened. He's just someone from work. It's not what you think. Not what I think. I laughed, a bitter, broken sound. You're texting him at midnight, Claire. You're sneaking around lying to me. What am I supposed to think? My hand shook as I set the phone down, afraid I'd throw it. How long? She sobbed, covering her face. A few weeks. I didn't want to hurt you. I love you, Tom, I swear. Love me. The words tasted like ash. You don't lie to someone you love. You don't? My voice broke and I turned away, staring at the sink, the dishes we'd washed together last night. Felt like a lifetime ago. I was going to end it, she said, her voice small, desperate. Tonight I told him it was over. That's why I was late. I swear, Tom, I choose you. I turned back, her tear-streaked face blurring through my own tears. Part of me wanted to believe her, to cling to the life we'd built. The lazy Sundays, the way she'd hum while cooking, the promises we'd made. But the other part, the louder part, saw the truth in her eyes. Guilt, yes, but also longing, a piece of her heart already gone. Then why didn't you tell me? I asked, voice hollow. Why hide it if it was nothing? She had no answer, just more tears, and the silence between us was deafening. I grabbed my keys, the metal cold in my palm. I need air, I said, heading for the door. Tom, wait, she called, but I didn't stop. The night air hit me like a slap, sharp and bitter. I walked, not knowing where, the streetlights casting long, lonely shadows. My phone buzzed in my pocket, her probably, but I didn't look. Instead, I stopped under a flickering street lamp, my breath visible in the cold. I thought of her smile in that photo, the one meant for someone else, and my heart shattered all over again. But then a new thought, sharp and jagged. I'd seen Evan's name before. A memory flickered, her mentioning a colleague casual months ago. Had it started then? Had I missed the signs all along? The realization hit like a punch. This wasn't just her betrayal. It was mine too, for not seeing, for trusting too blindly. I stood there, frozen, as the truth settled in. Our love wasn't gone, but it was broken, and I didn't know if we could ever piece it back together.